welcome to episode 6 of our Be Local podcast. Here we have the new and improved Chris.
Don't. I felt like introducing it by saying, welcome to episode 1 of Why the Hell Did I Trim My Beard?
You've done really trim it though, you've like sculpted it.
Well, I went to trim like under here, but because I couldn't see past the second chin, like I sort of caught it.
Can somebody come and lift this up for me?
Yeah, exactly.
Got a kid holding on to either side.
Ah, that's it. like one of those giant rubber rings at the swimming pool. But yeah, so I went to trim underneath it and must have just had too much extra chin, and I caught it, and it was just a big patch.
And you're like,
So I trimmed the rest down, and I was like, I look like a shit Wolverine.
go hard or go home.
Exactly. So I didn't have an option. I even got the straight razor out and did the edges of it.
Lovely.
Try and make it look relatively presentable. I couldn't believe it. I'm heartbroken.
Okay.
I feel like I shouldn't be allowed out in public.
You should maybe just permanently wear a mask to look grows back.
Halloween mask.
Yeah.
I'm hoping some nice person's going to let me out.
Yeah.
But it's not happening, is it?
That happens like once every 49
Ah,
cars.
he's letting me go, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
What a top lad. So yeah, episode 6. This is 6 weeks in.
I know, can't believe it.
So I've got a friend who saw my post about the valet on my Facebook. Said, "Are you doing a podcast?" And I says, "Yeah." He lives down in Leicester, and he's like, "What's the link?" And I was like, "Oh, do I send it?" And he messaged saying, "I love it." He says, "I'll be watching it." He said, "I had to turn it off halfway through episode 2 because I was so distracted. I wasn't doing anything."
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's a little bit of a proud moment. Like,
Yeah.
that's my boy.
We're doing something now.
I felt like, you know, in Hercules, where he's like, "That's my boy."
Zeus.
So we're on our way to pick up Mr. Stuart Wood.
Yep.
I don't know him or much about him, to be honest, but Ainsley recommended him, said he loved the area and he'd have a lot of input, so
Very interested to hear what he's got to say.
definitely. I think it's important to get a diverse range as well.
Yes.
Not necessarily people that everyone knows, and maybe who you wait
Sorry,
like the Queen. Hello. He should be here somewhere. And he's not here. This is great. He said he'd be waiting at that bench.
Oh, we'll drive through again, will we?
What? We'll turn around and go back.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'll leave the cameras rolling, but I think I'm going to cut from it.
Yeah.
Is that in there? It's just grown hair overnight.
You said the hair you've lost.
Aye. He went in my sink and slapped it on. There's nowhere to stop on Low Street.
Oh no.
Low Street's a nightmare recently.
Yeah.
That's where my car got hit.
Is it?
Everyone's trying to jam everything into everywhere. So when you've got one of the very few available spots, and someone decides they're going to try and stick a transit in a space big enough for a Mini, and then they take the back end of your car off.
It's not very good. We've asked if there's actually a drive behind 2 garages at the back of our shop, and we've asked if we go in and clean it and pull all the weeds and sort it out and tidy it out, which would probably be good for the market, if we could use it for parking for our staff.
What do they say?
Oh, they've got to go and take it to the committee.
Ah.
Everything. And you know that everything takes 7.5 years.
Got to go through 14 committees before you get an answer.
The lease will probably be up before we get there, before we get a shot.
Right, where are we? So that we can stop. Oh, my phone's in flight mode. Oh, there he is.
Hello. Hello.
Foot white.
Fine, you?
Oh, right, I'm going here then.
Have you sat in the middle?
Alright.
And a foot on either side.
Foot on either side, there we go.
There we go, you get the bird's eye view.
She's lucky she spotted you. I didn't spot you.
Alright.
I was just going to carry on driving.
I thought a car would be bigger. I thought I was looking for a bigger kind of motor. Like.
It would have been handy. Have you got your belt on?
Alright.
We've got to show health and safety.
It's on one of the 2 sides. Oh, there we go.
Now, don't you start laughing because I've been we're watching them all, and you start laughing, and I start fucking laughing. My wife says, "What are you laughing at?" And I says, "Nothing."
You don't want to care.
Is it right? Yeah, it's recording. You just stopped it. Have you just stopped it? Is the red light on? Right, is it recording again now?
Yeah. Sorry.
Don't touch stuff.
Sorry.
Technology.
I don't know the technology.
Is the red light on? Is the red light on?
Yeah, it's fine, I promise.
Right.
It's timing.
Good. What a nightmare.
Yeah.
What a start.
What a start, eh?
Well, then we've met by some traffic.
Oh,
So Mr. Wood,
Stuart Wood, yes.
tell us a bit about yourself.
I was in...
Who are you? Whereabouts do you live?
I live in Buckie, but I am an adopted Bamford, McDuffer, White Hills, or Crivie, Bennin, Gamrie, one of you will hear me, but Sawyer. I'll be up here. No, I came back to 2011, I think it was. I was working as a carer, and then my oldest son, he was 2 and he was diagnosed with autism.
Okay.
So I thought, right, so I kind of like halved my hours at work, and then it still didn't work, so I thought, no, I'm packing up. I can't be a carer at home and then a carer going to work and that, so basically I started working to help my wife care for him, because he was a lot of work like, and then after a while got a bus.
Alright.
So that's fair, that's great, kind of can go, so there's nothing more he likes than a trip out in a bus, especially now they've got the double deckers.
Alright.
And he's got his one seat, he must get this seat. It's the top deck, front, left hand side, can't be the right.
Have you ever had
It's got to be the left, and I'm not joking. If there's somebody sitting it and I'm near there, if he like gets well, he'll go up and he'll hail him out it. So
have you ever had to negotiate?
Yes, all the time. You've got to rely on the public.
Everybody likes their seats, don't they?
Aye, and I got to say, most of them, 90% of them are good.
Yeah,
There was one lad for Banff, and he was just like your kind of average hoodie kind of boy, and I spoke to him about it, and he just didn't take me on. And a young lad was getting more and more, and I said, excuse, and no, he wouldn't take me on, and then so that was it. The young lad went berserk. He stuck his teeth into my arm. Could still feel it today. It was about a good year now, bit ago, but I was tracked in a while. But anyway, we got a bus pass for him, and one day we just decided, we'd been up to Elgin, Forest, just all over the place. Well, we'll go down there. I said, why a day? And we ended up doing in Banff. So I said, cheap as years since I've been doing the Banff. So went to go off, and I think we ended up in Duff House, and he just ain't the Duff House, he just loved it. Loved going into the grounds and standing up the steps of the castle bit and looking kind of across, and he just loved it. So then we kind of wandered into the kind of low street and was like that, and so it was really fine when we get home. So next week, so we'll do Banff again. And then it just became a kind of weekly thing, and it just...
Banff's the location of choice.
Cheapers, and it grew into, if I had spare time in my hands, I'll come down to Banff myself, pay whatever it is in the bus, and I would come down and maybe watch a bit of football, go with them, start going to the market.
Alright.
So I loved the market on a Friday night. I used to go about 3 o'clock in the afternoon and
that's not night, you know that. If I said to the missus I'm going for a night out and it started at 3 o'clock, I'd get my head bitten off.
Yeah. No, just well, I like that timings, but anyway, and then we used to go. I met friends. I started going for a drink with them. We used to go to we used to drink in the market. Well, I did anyway, because we used to drink about 8 o'clock and then go to them, and we used to go to the fancy dress karaoke's and shipping.
Right.
Oh, they were magic. They were just brilliant nights, like with Wendy, with So we just started coming, and as I said, it just took off for there. And now I mean, even to this, that was about 9 years ago, and I'm still like finding new places. I landed up from up here, I can see, landed up in Salmon Howie, and there long ago. You ever been to Salmon Howie? No?
No. Educate us.
Oh dear. Salmon Howie's, it's out the woods there for that one farm. There's a golf hole there that goes, you start at the top and you hit your bar for that, like rocks and that there.
Aye.
It's just over the head of Tarlair. If you go to Tarlair and go to the building bit of Tarlair, there's a wee pathy, you climb up that.
Aye.
Then you go along a wee bit, and you go down a steep bit, and you go into this beach, and it's called, well, the locals obviously call it the Salmon Howie. I'd never had cheapers, mate. It is just beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, cheapers. And there's supposedly, if you go over the rocks, there's supposedly about 6 or 7 beaches, wee beaches.
That's
look at aye, down here, aye.
I've heard between here and, is it Crovie?
Crivie is, if heaven is a place on earth, it is Crivie. I'm no joking. But the only thing about it is once you're doing, what a steep hill is. Had friends doing.
Stay for a night after you climb back up it.
Well, there's nobody about in Crivie, it's just locals. It's snail.
Take a 10.
There's about 10 houses along a wee bit. It's just the peacefulness of it, and it's just so beautiful. Like, I mean, I had balls up the last day. I had balls with them on Facebook, but I never met them. So I says, the surprise man says, oh, we're on our way up. I said, so I said, well, meet in the morning afternoon, I'll take you to Crivie. So we went to Crivie, we went to Pennon, we went to Gamrie.
I've never been to Crivie.
There was a big...
Have you not?
No.
You never
I know we're kind of on the way there.
Is that where we're going?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah,
Will my car make it back up?
Yeah, well.
Oh, you don't need to go down. You don't need to go down to the bottom. You can. There's a car park on the hill, and it just looks down onto it.
I was planning on going to Gamrie way anyway, so we could always push the boat out.
And just past Crivie, is it, or just before Crivie, there's another beach in the middle there. I don't remember what it's called now that I'm thinking about it.
Look at you with the geographical knowledge.
I'm surprised I can hear about it in the actual Bamford.
Well, I'm not.
And I'm not for here either.
But you're more of a Bamford than we are.
I know, my best friend's from Bamford, and I came here fucking hard. So
what stops you moving here?
The only thing that stops me moving here, my loons are both in special units up in Bucky, and they are absolutely superb.
Oh, are they?
And I couldn't upset the apple cart. And
So now with those services that your children attend, do you find that they receive you receive enough support? I mean, for me, it's quite, because we're quite in a rural area, and I don't really necessarily know the needs of your children or anyone for that matter, but do you feel that there's adequate services in the area for people?
I didn't think down here. The only why I'm here today is because my oldest son gets respite. He goes away up to like a care centre up in Elgin. He absolutely loves it, so he goes away up at 3 the day, gets a hurl up in a bus, which he loves, and he stays here night. He's in room. Cheapers I would buy there. I mean, Garden's got everything, swings, big hills, and lots of things to put in. He just loves it. So so that gives us a wee bit of time, to get a bit of time to yourself and that. I mean, that's it. Like, that's a fortnight, as well as the boys. Well, I've got 2 autistic. My other lad, he's autistic as well. Hayden. He's Cody's 14 in October, and Hayden's just turned 12, and Cody's non-verbal, no speak, but Hayden, he's too verbal. He just, he absolutely loves movies, but he's the biggest movie critic ever. A minute into the film, he's so brainy, but no. So we've got that as well. Plus, I've unfortunately my wife was diagnosed with Parkinson's 2 years ago.
Okay.
So I'm a carer, I'm her carer as well now, because it's kind of advanced a bit to the point that she can barely do much for herself.
Yeah.
And so she probably needs bending in the days. Some days she's better than other days, but like other days like days because she needs help with some stress and.
Sorry to interrupt, a bit of a controversial subject.
Mm-hmm.
But have you seen much into the medical research they're doing with cannabis oils for people with Parkinson's?
Yeah, Ruth uses that CBD oil.
Yeah.
But it's very, very expensive, Ken.
Yeah.
But it does the job.
Yeah.
She's been on morphine for a good while now, and it doesn't work as good as the cannabis oil. She's got a kind of spray.
Yeah.
She puts onto her arm, and she can get 5 to 6 hours solid relief. Yeah, Ken.
That's
which
amazing.
is really But you're speaking about 80 quid a time.
Aye.
Ken, for a tiny bottle of that, but it does last a wee bit, maybe last 2 to 3 weeks, Ken,
Yeah.
but still 80, even a month, 80 quid a month is quite a lot.
80 quid a month is extraordinary. It's kind of like it's not necessarily that it's not worth it. It's just not a sustainable amount of money to be paying.
Yes, exactly. I says that I wouldn't grudge you kind of minute of pain relief. I says, but you have to be realistic, that's half a lot of money, Ken. So
I've got a friend who owns a company that develops CBD products, but it's mainly for like electronic cigarettes and vaping.
all right.
But I might see if I can get hold of any oil for you.
Oh, that'd be great. Aye, be brilliant.
Just even if you test it and if it does do the same job as the stuff you're already getting.
Yeah.
I know it's cheaper than 80 quid a bottle.
Aye.
But yeah.
But with COVID, it's been Ken. We haven't had a doctor or anything to look at her, Ken. Everything's been over the phone, and they basically kind of written it off as, you get some physio in about there now.
Yeah.
I'm like, just come over and try and come over and see her. You'll see that it's. But she was away through for an ultra scan the last day, and it's got a bit of arthritis coming in the shoulder now, which is really painful. But I mean, it is what it is. She's upbeat, so I'm upbeat.
Yeah.
Am I upbeat? That's why I did this. To kind of like a laugh and.
Well, that's it. We saw you at the side of the road and bibbed the horn, and you absolutely shit yourself.
Oh, that is.
I thought, oh, that's a terrible way to start.
Nice
to meet you.
I did the stupidest thing ever. Folk, that's my pain. Even the wife does it. She'll come out of the shop when I'm looking for her. She'll do a horn, and I'll just absolutely fleeing up there. Fuck's sake, just so.
There's loads of videos online of folk come by and chucking milk in that.
So for the idea, I went on the Facebook without thinking, and I says, "Tell my pals out there." I says, if you're going down the street and see me, just a wee like polite wave or something. If ever you do dinner people horn, I says, I'm nearly next 32 and the next day, beep, beep, beep.
This way, am I still continuing on?
Yeah.
Well, now you've warned me, every time I see you I'm going to give you a toot.
Oh, cheapers. I dare jump out of my skin, and for about 10 seconds I was really angry, like, fuck off, you fuck.
So do you think that COVID's had an impact on the support that your family has received?
Oh, absolutely, yes. Yeah. Well, for a while we didn't get a respite because, I mean, they were here and it's cases up there, and they're going to shut the unit, and it was a night. The worst bit of it was I was stuck up in Bucky and I couldn't get to here. I'm like, fucking want to go. I want to go to the fucking fiddle. I want my lunch out of fiddle. And, I was actually walking along the beach today, Nick, and Bucky, and I have a wee pocket radio when I'm walking with the dog, and I don't on the radio for some reason, and Nicola Sturgeon come on, and I'm pleased to announce that from today all travel restrictions have been lifted. Fucking yeah! Somebody's turning around and running along the beach.
I think I'm going left here.
Aye.
I mean, the thing is, it's kind of like the whole world has been expected to stand still.
Yeah.
And I mean, people who don't suffer from medical complaints and don't suffer from learning disabilities, they have the ability to rationalise it and be like, right, I understand I can't leave my house. But I mean, as someone who works with adults with learning disabilities, not everyone understands that. And
no.
There's no way of rationalising it.
No.
To people.
I used to work with adults with learning disabilities, and everybody has their routine and what they do, and part of that is like going out and making sure that they're getting, and not being able to do that because you're not allowed would totally confuse somebody.
But for us, my two lads just absolutely loved it.
Did they?
Yes, because everybody was in the house, me, Ruth, obviously the pets, and them two, and it was just us, and it was like they felt safe, and they just loved it. But then the problem became, not so much more this lad Cody, he'd be happy with anything, but my other lad, he couldn't handle going back to school. His behaviour, he became very challenging, and still struggling a bit with him. Ken, he had, it was like about 100 days off he had actually, and then being thrown back into school just like that. He just could not handle it, so.
I think the thing is as well, it takes sometimes years to foster a sustainable routine.
Yes,
for people with learning disabilities, especially autism. They've got traits of like OCD.
Yes,
they can be very particular. And I think the thing is, once you foster that routine and you find that equilibrium where there is a perfect sort of balance, and then everything's thrown out of whack, then you see, like you said, your son's coped with it very well to start with. But then once you have that, we need to get back to real life, it becomes really like you're back at the beginning again, trying to reinstate this whole routine that you've spent years. And I really feel for you, and I understand.
Well, I was really, we were quite worried about him for a wee bit, because he became really, really upset, really. You just couldn't describe how he came. The last couple of days before the summer break, I just didn't put him to school because he was just, I think he was going to get a meltdown Ken, so we just left him off. But we haven't mentioned school going back in 2 weeks, and he'll be in a different school. He goes into the Bucky High, so it's a whole new, he's been up to see it, and I think the size of it, because I knew he's just at a school, I think there's only about 60 or 70. And this is obviously going to Bucky High, where about 10 times the amount I would imagine. So
have you quite overwhelming.
Have you used any of the services in this area?
No. See, we're at Moray. Aberdeenshire.
It's a different council area.
It's very poor. As I says, I come to a group and I meet up with.
Is this the viewpoint? There's a lot of bush. You can't really see it on the camera.
I think you should drive down.
Do you reckon? It says warning.
Because you just go down, it's a solid, like just a line, and then you've got to turn in it and come back out. So there'll be a bit of manoeuvring at the bottom. I've managed it.
You've managed it?
Yeah, we clean down here. I've managed it.
Oh, then I'm definitely going to manage it.
Right. Let's see you.
We'll give it
Here he goes, Billy Big Buzz.
We're not going to have no signal to call AA either.
No, that's it.
Well, I'm putting my vape down, so I've got both hands free.
I said I could live down here, but I would need obviously my signal and my Wi-Fi. I wouldn't go as far as say I'd not live that much, but it is.
Do you think that as your kids get older that you'll get more involved in some of the services that are available in Banff? Like the Enable Club, for example? Are you familiar with it?
I'm familiar with Enable, but I used to work here.
Okay.
Oh, did you?
I used to work here. I used to work with Ark Housing in Bucky, and we had the Enable Club. I used to take the clients to the Enable Club on a Monday, which was like a sports club, like bowls and stuff like that, and then they had like discos every month, and so and they just, the cheaper's beautiful.
Want to turn around here?
No.
Oh God.
We were down here 2 weeks ago, I think it was. We brought the kids and went down on the beach and it was just lovely. Taking them along to
it is
and
so
back.
Beautiful. But
Well, my
I don't know about my driving skills. That's the problem.
I said to the wife, and it was my birthday in December, me and the wife made this thing like, the kids get bit, me and her would just go somewhere for lunch, not bother with birthday presents or that. But she said to me this, she says, I want to give you a birthday present. I said, I'm not. I says, okay then. I said, it was a Monday morning. I says, I'll tell you if I want my birthday. Fit. I said, get in the car and we'll drive down to Crivie. We got a sandwich in Portsoy or something, and then took it down here in the middle of December, pouring rain. It was still as bonny as ever, like just beautiful.
So this is it. This is the whole road.
This is it, and then you've got to walk all the way along.
They were a bit
They've got, if you're staying here, they've got barrows that you put everything in, and you push it along to the house.
Oh, really?
So nice. It's beautiful, but let's see if we might not even be able to hear ourselves speak over the roar of the engine trying to get back up here.
Yeah.
Hear it? Look, come on, Betsy.
What? My rabbit's called Betsy.
Why is your rabbit called Betsy?
I just really like the name.
A rabbit called Betsy.
Oh, no.
It's the only other female in the house.
Right, you chose to give it the stupidest name.
You just called your car Betsy.
Yeah, I was just taking it. It was just the first name that came into my head. I've not named the car. It's the Poopmobile. The kids call it the Poopmobile. I mean, the engine's pretty loud, but we are managing. We are going to get up this hill.
It is, it's great.
But it's just, I didn't like the sign that said warning.
Yeah.
Like, it might as well have paraphrased. It might as well have said, experienced drivers only. You should know what you're getting into before you drive down it.
I would suggest if you're not confident with your driving that you shouldn't need it.
I said, Fit said that, is it Gamrie or Pennon? You go right,
yeah.
and then you go along to the beach, and it's just one false move, and you're in this. Was there somebody did an old guy fall over? And I did. A few years back, he tragically fell over the side, and
did
he died.
We're not going on to Pennon. We'll go back to Gamrie. But it's just beautiful all along it.
Yeah.
Well, that last week, 2 weeks ago, when we was in Gamrie, it was a roasting. There was a big wedding there, and it was.
Oh, was there?
Oh, it was bonny to watch.
Imagine it'd be a beautiful place to get married.
Yeah.
Right. What's the etiquette here? I wait for him to get into that bit.
Yeah.
I didn't know whether to just go into it, but.
Yeah, he's indicating that he's going to do that.
Yeah, you'd hope so. It's not indicating to go in the turn in behind me.
There's a gate though.
Well, why would he be going into a field? I mean, it's beautiful. Yeah, but I mean, so you've got services like the Enable Club. You've got like almost work placements. Do you think that would be suitable? You know, like you've got Bath Castle. You've got Beat. You've got Boindy Visitor Centre.
Yes, we used to go there all the time. We used to go. Cody was young. I used to go there all the time for our lunch on a Wednesday, I think it was.
I must owe them about £2,000. During lockdown, I used to go and just sit in their garden all the time, like probably 3 times a week. And there's no one there. It's shut. I'm going using their services. Right, am I going right here?
Yeah.
So do you think that'll be a suitable thing for your kids to be involved in when they're a bit older?
I'm not sure. Hayden's a bit. Hayden doesn't like Banff, nothing because it's no bonny or that, but it's because he gets bothered with travel sickness, and he came in the bus once, he got travel sickness, that's it. Game over, never back to Banff. And if I mention Banff, horrible Banff. It's not horrible at all, you just got some lovely, nah. So he has been I took him a couple of times. I took him to Broken Fiddle for lunch. He loved down here.
Oh, we had the most banging breakfast from there the other day.
I've been coming to Broken Fiddle for 9 years, and I have never had anything but the one meal, and I ate every single time.
I thought you were going to say you just go in there and sit in there, don't eat anything.
No,
I had one meal once and I've never eaten it.
Went for Christmas dinner, then I was sitting with turkey and what the hats on, and I'm sitting and I had
doing into Gamrie, that takes you back in.
Down.
Okay.
This one I've been down before, so I know what to expect.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so nice.
I had his sausage, egg, and his homemade chips. It's a most beautiful. That is. As soon as I walk in, he come over and ask me if I love him a meal. He just goes, as usual, fine, thank you. I thought,
let's hope you don't walk in there in a different mood one day.
I know.
You're going in there, you fancy.
Is the opener Sunday, is that right?
Yeah, aye.
Wow, yeah, I think so.
Aye.
But
oh, he's aye busy. I mean, he's aye busy. There's always folk in there. Just, I love the murals and that in the back of the wall.
Yeah.
It's the same painting they had in the castle. In the castle, like in the cafe at the castle.
Yeah.
Because there's isn't it the hanging of
the gallows.
James Macpherson.
James Macpherson.
I'm absolutely fascinated by that story. Like I've studied it a wee bit, and
you know more about it than me, so you can tell.
Well, there's actually a museum at Newton Moor just outside Inverness.
Okay.
But it's just a little. I looked it up. It's just a little cottage, but it's supposed to be full of stuff about him and that. Again, it's he was just like a Scottish Robin Hood, and so
somewhat like a bandit.
Yes, but he got captured and trial, and he was sentenced to death, and like I think they hung him in the toll booth. But the story was that the night before he was playing his fiddle in the jail, and everybody was listening to him, and he played a final lament on the fiddle and then snapped out his knee so nobody could play his fiddle again, and that's where the broken fiddle comes from.
Oh!
And then there's what? I'm a bit confused because I've read it was 2 hours, I've read it was 15 minutes, but he was reprieved, but the Bamfors put the clock forward so that to nearer the time he was hung, and before the boy came with a decree saying he was reprieved, they hung him. And there's a story that the clock face in Macduff doesn't face towards Banff.
Okay.
Because, and that's like it's like a wee protest for Macduff towards Banff for the past or something.
Oh, is that where that all comes from?
Yeah.
And to be fair, I thought I'd done research. I've read the story. I knew the sort of figure, but
remember we used to go to school. I remember like in music you got these corny songs to sing, like Jeepers, like the bear jumped over a mountain and stuff like that. Well, we got one, Macpherson's Rant, and we had to sing it and it was quite a catchy tune, and I just minded about it when I saw the mural and that, and James, I heard that, and then I was quite I haven't been up to the museum yet to see, there's painting supposedly in there, because it was at a Kelpie but it got vandalised.
Kelpie, that's the name. I keep going to the cafe.
It got vandalised, so somebody ripped it, but
I think they raised funds to get it restored,
to get it sorted and that.
And that's brilliant, because it's kind of like
we shop at that in there. It's lovely.
Kim's not brought her purse again.
I've got a £5 on the back of my phone. Just in case.
But yeah, it's great that they there's a public interest in preserving history.
Yes.
Because generally, like say for instance, if an ornament at my grandma's house got broke, they wouldn't go out of their way to fix it because it's old, we'll just replace it. And I think that's the attitude a lot of the people have.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
You twitch then. See that?
I tried really hard not to.
Yeah. You flung your arms up in the air. I don't know how hard you were trying, but it wasn't very. Now I've got to do a hill start with an automatic.
No, it's a fun.
Are you biting your nails?
No.
I thought you were like... Oh god, there's more cars.
Yeah. The top of Gamrie's just empty.
Right.
Everybody's racing to the fish market.
But that's it. I love the fact that there's a local, because it was community raised, right? Everyone sort of chipped in to raise
it's funds. Great, like.
And that to me, it's just amazing that there's a community. Well, where's he letting me through? I'm not going to get past him.
But the one in the
there's like a community invested interest in restoring history and keeping these like historical documents, and it's just beautiful to see.
Yeah. Oh, it was jeepers, me thick as mince. I was sitting looking at a picture on a broken fiddle, and I'm going, oh, it's a beautiful picture, and I'm studying it, and I'm looking, and I'm going, I just going to giggle at myself. That guy actually looks like Alex Salmond. And then I'm thinking, and that lady at back, looks like Mrs. Thatcher. So I was like, yeah, and I just happened to, and he says, oh, it's our celebrities. Yeah, there's Alex Salmon, there's Mrs. Thatcher, I think
Oh, is there?
Billy Connolly,
really?
supposedly famous folk in Scottish. I'm like, duh.
Is there actually?
Yeah, in the Broken Fiddle
that.
one, aye.
Oh,
I was,
thought it
I
was
listened.
exactly the same picture.
No,
We should
I
do a podcast in the Broken Fiddle with Kenny.
Well, I invited
Aye.
Kenny, and he said that he'd think about it.
Oh, he
So
should.
yeah, we might set
Aye,
the
Ken-
camera in there.
Yeah.
And we'll have sausage, egg and chips.
Yeah.
Oh,
do it.
sausage, egg and chips, bread,
Kenny, we're
butter.
coming for you.
Yeah. So I didn't need to tell you now about my my last meal. It will be
Oh, so yeah, you're
Oh
definitely
yeah,
Yeah.
your after meal.
well, it'll be
sausage, egg and chips.
that's the main meal. Yeah, Cullen skink for a
Oh, lovely.
start.
Where's the best Cullen skink you've had?
I have been eating Cullen skink for about 50 years now, and I've had one bad plate, so it wouldn't really matter.
Oh.
But good places of Seafront Coffee in Macduff,
right.
a lovely Cullen skink. Spotted, that's a good Cullen skink.
Yeah.
Celebration and Turf, there's beautiful Cullen skink. So, but no, I think it's very hard to make a bad plate of Cullen skink. The ex-mother-in-law,
Kim's mum to make it.
ex-mother-in-law, she
Where is
just
the Cullen skink?
I know, we never had time.
That's why you've kept quiet since you mentioned
I
Cullen
know, I
skink.
was like,
And you're like,
we have had a nightmare week.
oh,
Oh.
so have I, I'm starving. I'm waiting for this Cullen skink all week.
I
You've no ate all morning in
Getting shambles.
anticipation.
oh.
So yeah, sorry.
That's that, and in the pudding, I am a stickler for sticky toffee, but I was in the Market Arms once and having lunch with friends. I was browsing the menu and it was bottom slow gin crumble.
Ooh.
And I says, oh, I'll try that because I drink slow gin. And I thought, I says, I'll try it, but I would say it'll be a bit. No, it was just phenomenal. So I would hate to get this Market Arms to make a slow gin crumble for me.
See, I've never had slow gin before.
Never?
I've never even
Ah.
heard of it. I was working behind the bar in the spring. Someone asked for, I don't know what they called it, but he puts, it's like slow gin and Angostura bitters.
Oh, okay.
You like put the bitters in, you swill it around, tip it out, and then long gin or
It's,
something. But they wanted it with Angostura, with slow
Slow
gin.
gin.
It's got a kick to it, but it's a nice
love
kind
it,
of
aye.
fruity kind of
Tasty.
drink.
It
But
doesn't
that's a
really
god-
seem to get you drunk very much either.
Oh,
Just
the
give
drink
you
gives you.
alcohol.
Aye.
Pickled liver. Sarsons have asked me yours when you die.
It's the size, there's a lot
Ah.
to soak it up.
Oh God.
It's got to be Gordon's. Somebody, I was at a pub once and there's a slow gin, and they came out with this, and it wasn't a Gordon's, and they poured it into the glass, and it didn't come out the same. It came out like a whiskey colour,
Yeah.
and I tried it.
It's like a purple. isn't it?
Aye,
Yeah.
it's purple. Aye, it's really nice. I mean it.
Have you tried Parma Violet gin?
I haven't. I
lot
love
of
Parma
them are-
Violet sweeties. I'm not sure.
I'm not a gin fan.
No.
But I tried Parma Violet gin once off a recommendation for somebody else. And see, because it doesn't taste like alcohol, I just drank the whole bottle.
Well, see, the thing
the
is-
next day, I
Oh.
thought my eyes were coming out my head.
Sometimes though, the flavoured gins aren't gin. They're like liqueur. So Edinburgh Gin had to stop calling some of their products gin because it had no gin in it.
Oh,
They were
really?
just liqueurs, yeah. So the company was Edinburgh Gin, and it was like Edinburgh Gin
Liqueur.
liqueurs, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it depends. So like Bow, they make, I think it's BOE, they make actual gin, but they also make a liqueur. That Whitley Neal, they make the actual gin. So it really depends on where you get it from as to whether it's actually a gin or whether it's liqueur.
okay.
Usually you can tell by the percentage. So some of them, like the rhubarb and ginger gin, for example, Edinburgh Gin, that's only like 17%, but then, or 20% maybe, and then you have like the Whitley Neal, which is like 37.5%.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm a bit of a gin.
All
fan.
right.
Oh, yeah.
I ended up drinking pink gin at Portsoy Boat Festival about 2-3 years ago because they didn't have any slow gin and dairy me. Not again.
The boat festival's a fair thing to go to. isn't
Oh
it?
my
It's
word!
brilliant.
I it was actually a pal of mine. A pal, they go every year, her and her school. She was the canteen in Banff Academy, so all the canteen wifeys go. And one of our friends just says, "Well, surprise her if you want to come along." And I thought, I can go for it. And I like it.
Put you in a hairnet.
Aye.
You'll fit right in. No,
I did. I turned up in a wig, just to camouflage myself, and then jumped out, and I was near jumping out. What the fuck are you doing here? But anyway, no, that was one of the best nights I've had in ages. It was an absolutely beautiful summer's night, and we went to a tent, and it had these like Scottish Ceilidh band playing, and the atmosphere was brilliant, and just looking across the bay.
It's a real community thing.
It was brilliant.
Have you not?
Nah, I'm quite tight, and it's just paying for a taxi all the way from Port Soy. No,
get the free of
nice.
No, it's with the kids. It's with the kids as well.
Oh no, it's crap. Don't take the kids with you. You've got to go.
Friday night. Friday night was.
I wouldn't go with the kids. You gotta get them what? There's too many people about. That's really stressful.
You got to keep an eye on them.
Aye, just go you anyway.
Did you go to that festival at Banff Castle?
Yeah,
the whole day.
Wolfstock.
Aye.
Yeah.
Was that good? Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, but there is a big but.
Oh dear.
There was Ben Monteith who was booked to headline it, and he's a busker from Glasgow, but he got noticed. A lot of his videos on Facebook got really noticed, and he got invited on tour with Emily Sandy.
Okay.
And as far as I'm not entirely sure of the logistics of it, but I think his price went up, and they had to cancel him.
All right.
So I was gutted because I didn't know he was cancelled until I got there. But I had a good night. I had a really good time. It was great, especially when it got dark and all the lights from the walls.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah, it was really good.
I've never been to a festival. I used to go to the Tarlaire. I went to the Tarlaire one when.
Runrig?
No, it was fish.
Oh.
Not fish in the sea. Fish, they start coming out.
There's a fish.
There's a fish in the pool and everyone just came to watch.
It was fish.
It must have been a massive fish.
Yeah.
Shark, maybe.
Yeah. There's fish by Marillion.
Okay.
You can.
Never heard of them.
Never heard of Marillion? No. Never heard of this on Ceilidh. I'm not going to start singing it. Not enough drinks yet. But they were a huge band in the 80s. Scottish band and fish.
I wasn't even born in the 80s.
No, me either. We were 1990. See, look, we just look really old for our age.
You sound like you've been smoking 40 a day for the last 20 years.
It's just the voice.
And I look like I've been eating cheeseburgers since 1964.
No, I was fit there. That'd be 91, I would say we were doing. The Wet played us. They played a.
I'm saying
Full of me. You've heard of them now. Please don't.
We're not that.
Yeah. Cheapers me. I'm wondering if I've got fucking hillbillies here.
So, where did you go to school?
Where did I go to school? Bucky.
Oh, okay. So you've been
I was born in Glasgow, and I was adopted and was brought to Bucky when I was maybe 6 months old or something.
Okay.
And I stayed there all my life. And it's okay. I'm not gonna but I think I've just
start a war here.
No. They're lovely folk in Bucky, but
the football wars are bad enough between Bath and Bucky.
There's not really a lot to do there. I mean,
some people would think there's more to do there than there is in
I wouldn't say no. At the time as well, when I was young, there was nothing to do in Bucky, I think, for young folk. For parents my age, you need to come maybe out to the play barn and all. But Macduff had Harleys, the play centre. We just loved there. It wasn't very busy a lot of times, and it just suited us perfect. The staff were brilliant, and we just loved it. We were quite devastated when it shut down. Well, obviously with the fire and that. But,
we used to go quite a lot. We used to take the kids to their birthday parties there.
Yes, it was brilliant.
The staff would all get involved, so you could sort of leave everyone's kids.
Yes.
You were there. You were supervising. But you didn't have to keep an eye on them. Whereas like nowadays, if you have a party, I don't know, down at the beach, you just stop every single person's kid eating sand. You just stop them, like throwing each other in the sea when they can't swim. You just got to pay attention. Whereas at Harley's, you sort of felt, because they were kind of in a cage.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they were sort of, you'd notice if they come out the hole. But also the staff are really good at keeping them all engaged.
Yes, they were brilliant staff.
I think it is a shame that Harley's closed.
I could definitely be doing with something like that though.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
Play centre thing, because Hoodles is the other one in Oak Meldrum, is it?
Yeah.
That's the closest.
There was one that was in Turriff. I don't know if it's still there.
No, there was one in Inch.
It's shut now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
There was one in the, I think there's one in the Broch. Boomerangs.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Boomerangs.
Yeah.
That was nice. That was nice.
Yeah, and there's one in Elgin.
Yeah.
Just before
it.
Lambride. I think it shut down the play bar.
Is it?
That was the way that it was too busy. It was always packed, and the food there was extortionate as well.
Yeah.
So sorry. But it was, no, but it was, didn't it?
That's what a lot of people look for though. Like you want to be able to take your kids out, to let them run wild without worrying too much, to be able to relax a wee bit, and to buy food without having to raid the piggy bank and sell an arm to get there.
So I think there needs to be a compromise. I don't mind going somewhere that costs a bit to get in, if the food's cheap, well priced.
Yes.
But I don't mind if the food's quite expensive if it's cheap to get in. But when it's expensive to get in and expensive to eat there, the whole day out ends up costing you 200 quid. And it's just not feasible, especially considering you have to travel a bit. So recently, I don't know if you've heard about this, but January 2022, all young people under 22 can get a young Scot card and travel anywhere.
Yes,
on the bus for free,
amazing.
which is great, absolutely phenomenal. I think it's an incredible initiative, and I think it's going to do masses for the younger generation. But as a family, I wouldn't want to take the kids on a bus. I drive,
jibbers.
do you know what I mean?
Oh, I hate buses.
I'm on a bus 3-4 times a week.
If you had a choice, would you be in a car?
Of course I would.
Aye.
But the young lad likes a huddle on the bus, and it's
my
fine.
kids keep asking me to go on the bus, and I'm like,
oh,
My kids asked me to go on the bus if we end up walking to like High Street. Can we get a bus home? I'm like, no. Even I'm not that lazy.
I could write 3 books of stuff of just standing shock of your head. Oh, jeepers. And even the bus, they are a lot better now, but the bus companies, since they've built all these the double deckers have came the road, you can't fault the buses, but before that it was absolute shambles. Like, it would be turning up late, late by not just 10 minutes, by about 40-50 minutes, no explanation when you got on. Buses would all be breaking down. I'll never forget, we came up, we've been down in Banff, fiddle for dinner, me and Cody on our way home in the bus. It broke down just before the Banff Springs. Now, it didn't break down, the doors wouldn't open, and it was baking. It was a baking hot day, so we were sat in the bus. So I went down to the driver, he was waiting. Somebody, I said, "You'll hear that up the out again. It's just absolutely baking." But it was no way. Eventually, eventually, they opened the thingy door, but it was a massive drop. There was all wifeys there now. They were Fiat again. It was like me and a drunk lad. He was passing them down to me. Your big fat wifey's landing on me. But when you landing, that was like, if you think me, that was you on the main road. And the car's going, yeah, but it was just a shambles. I've never seen that like this in my life. So, but thankfully, these new double deckers are brilliant. Like, although
made life a lot easier. No more carrying old ladies out of a bus.
No.
What do you think the biggest asset to the area is?
Here?
Yeah. What brings you here? Like, I mean, obviously you like
just everything. In the summer, the links, obviously, love the links, and just everything. I mean, White Hills, I love going over there. They're wee part of mine. I was over there and playing with Cody. Is it they call it black pots or something, or white pots? Or
black pot.
and somebody shouted, "Hey, look!" And I look around and he points to a fucking dolphins just going, and just thinking, holy toot.
What's the beach like in Bucky?
Beach? Bucky got a beach? No, it's over at the other side, it's miles. But it's Gordon's nice.
It's got the seals.
It's got the seals, and they've actually built a new cafe there.
Oh,
I'm not sure if it's open yet, but
because on the other side there's another cafe, isn't there?
I know. Bijou by the sea, or Bijou in the sea at winter time, but
it's very on the beach.
It is on the, but that's, I mean, that is a nice thing. It's a fair bit away where I stay. I stay at the far end, so.
Okay. So you've travelled here by bus to be with us today?
Yes. 14 quid.
14 quid?
Is that how
14
much
quid to come down here. It was £10.70 before COVID, and then obviously you weren't allowed to come down because you're not allowed to travel another area, so the buses didn't run. And then when the buses did run, the first day back I on a bus, said, "You Day Explorer please, 10.70, didn't do it anyway." I said, "Oh, we've explained, if I can't mind and fit the cart new." And it's basically the same ticket. I said, "Okay, I'll do that. Okay, it'll be £14. I said, "Oh, basically the same ticket, but £3.30
more expensive."
Yeah.
See, everybody's put their prices up, but I think everybody should call it quits over COVID, because nobody wanted that.
No.
They should call it quits and nobody putting their price, kind of like trying to claw back money for last year that they lost. Like, let's just write this off.
I thought it was a wee bit steep, but I'd still pay it. I can just
I feel like we should have gone the opposite way and dropped you back home.
Maybe go to the market.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to go to the market, absolutely.
We'll drop you off there, I think. No, I appreciate you taking the time to come and be with us then.
Oh, absolutely. I just loved it. I mean, it was Ainsley at, when I saw her and she had like tagged me, I said, "Oh, I'm up for that." I like Ainsley. Ainsley's funny, like.
She was very vague, but she said that you'd be a great guest. I've had a good time.
Yeah, it's been good.
Ainsley once, her mother made homemade tablet, and it was absolutely beautiful stuff. And there was, I think it might have been the market or somewhere that had been selling. I bought a couple of bags, so I got on to her and I said, "Ainsley, that tablet of your mother's was just beautiful." So thank you for saying that. So I was walking down Low Street the next day, and all of a sudden the car screeched the whole Stuart. I'm looking across.
Did you jump?
It was Ainsley. I had to jump. It was Ainsley. So I walk out the window, and all of a sudden the hand comes out the window and a couple of bags tablet into my hand. "That's just for you, I'm in a hurry, I've got to go." And then I'm thinking, oh, there's no police. This looks like the dodgiest drug deal you've ever seen. So yeah, you laugh about that, me and Ainsley. But no, Ainsley's lovely.
Oh, yeah. But no, you came highly recommended.
Oh, it's very nice. Thank you, Ainsley.
I'm glad you've come along. It's been
lovely. It's great.
It's been an adventure.
Oh, it's great. Well, you've been to Crivie.
And we've been impressed with your driving.
You've been impressed with driving, and you can.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic. The way you made it sound like it was as if I was driving into the pits of hell, and then I'd have Satan grabbing onto the wheels as I tried to tell him. It wasn't that bad.
Most of the times when I go down there, there's a lot more cars parked in that bit, and you're literally just like 1,000 manoeuvres.
I dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
And if you're ever watching University Challenge and there's a question comes on about James Macpherson, you'll get it right.
Aye. I thought he was about to say if you're ever on Universal Credit. I forgot University Challenge was even a thing anymore.
I know.
Is it still going?
Yeah, it's Paxman, isn't it? It's on it now.
So what's your good news of the week?
My good news of the week. I don't know. Good news. Always good news. Like something that's happened with me, or
yeah, something you're happy
I'll
about.
tell you, I was on. What day was the floods here?
2 days ago.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Was a Wednesday. I woke up on Wednesday morning and I thought, right, I've got 3 options a day. My son, he wakes up at about 3 or 4 in the morning and right on his iPad, so
That's why 3 o'clock's a suitable pub time for you.
3, 4 o'clock in the morning, yeah.
Yeah, you think it's lunchtime.
Yes, and everything goes, you can Nirvana to Mr. Tumble. So it's just been
that sounds like a party to me.
Yeah. But anyway, no, I woke up, I thought, right, I can either go back to bed, I can go down to Barn for my dinner on the spotty, or I can go up to Inverness and get some DVDs for the young lads. So I thought about it and I said, I've got to go to Inverness. So I obviously made the right choice when I saw the floods back here.
Aye.
And folk were posting all these, and I was walking along the banks of River Ness. It was the most beautiful day ever. The sun was shining, folk were in their shorts, guys fishing. Oh, it was just magic. So I had a really good day. While everybody else was getting flooded out and
to be fair, I
up to their knees in
everything.
Yeah.
I had to go up to Elgin that day to get my car looked at.
Okay.
And yeah, it was sun was shining there as well. So
really?
I had no complaints, but I know that a lot of people here were struggling with it.
I know. I saw the pictures. Like Bridge Street must have been a.
See, to be fair, because we were coming back from Portnocky for an appointment, a customer, and on the way back we drove along Low Street and the water was flooding everywhere.
Okay.
By the time we checked up round the How and come back again, it was empty and it was all sitting at the bottom of Bridge Street.
That's what drains do.
Yeah.
Magic thing.
I was so impressed.
Okay. How far is it your fare for that accent?
Kilmarnock.
Kilmarnock, all right.
She's a nightmare. She's brought her trouble with her.
Ayrshire. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to let you out.
Aye.
Okay.
Oh, an interesting character.
Yeah, I know, it was really good.
I didn't know what to expect, to be honest.
No, no,
but what's he forgot?
Glasses.
Oh, what's my face covering on again?
It's around your neck.
Down my neck.
Oh God. Funny to the last minute. Where's my face covering? It's around your neck, mate. Oh God. Where am I dropping you?
The shop.
Oh, I'll just do another lap round this little circle.
Sorry. I thought we was maybe finishing off.
But no, yeah, I think it's been an interesting discussion.
Yeah, I'd really like to know more about the hanging and things. I find that quite interesting.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, it's
the history of Banff.
Oh, right. The thing is, there's such a rich history, but I don't. Well, that's the thing we should get on. Maybe Giles, you know, the guy that runs the Museum of Banff.
Oh yeah.
I think he'd be able to tell us about the history of Banff. But you'd hope so. You'd hope so, anyway. Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah,
right.
That'd be good. Yeah.
Oh, I've just gone round this circle like 3 times now.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I'll get you dropped off and I'll see you next week.
Yeah.
It's going to be weird. Well, I have to pull up and just say it like I do every other time.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it'd just be weird to end it differently.
Yeah.
See you next week.
So sorry, a countdown.